Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi man wala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in Surah At-Tawbah, a very powerful ayah. An ayah that makes the hair on your skin pop up. It is a reminder about the reality of this life. He says, قل إن كان آباؤكم وأبناؤكم وإخوانكم وأزواجكم وعشيرتكم وأموال اقترفتموها وتجارة تخشون كسادها ومساكن ترضونها أحب إليكم من الله ورسوله وجهاد في سبيله فتربصوا حتى يأتي الله بأمره وَاللَّهُ لَا يَهْدِي الْقَوْمَ الْفَاسِقِينَ. It's a very long ayah where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is outlining a number of things that compete in this dunya with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or that which may compete with Allah. And He says that, say, O Muhammad, tell the companions, tell your followers, if your fathers, or your children, or your brothers, or your spouses, or your relatives, or the wealth which you have acquired, or the business that you fear its decline, or the houses that are pleasing to you, if any of these things in this dunya, in this life, are more beloved to you than Allah and His Messenger, and struggling in His cause, then wait. Then wait for the command of Allah to manifest itself. For indeed Allah does not love those who rebel against Him. This verse is outlining for us the reality of this dunya, and the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ gave us a very beautiful metaphor of this dunya. When he told us that if one of you were to think about the value of this dunya to the akhirah, he said, imagine if you dipped your finger into the ocean and you pulled out your finger. What is the relation of how much water you have pulled to the entire ocean? It is insignificant. This dunya is insignificant to the akhirah. And so Allah is telling us in this verse, be careful, because the shaitan will enter through different doors. Don't allow your family to be a source of a fitna for you. Don't allow your family, your love for your fathers and your mothers and your children and your spouses to divert you from putting your energy into pleasing Allah and His Messenger. How could we do that? It's amazing that sometimes a person wants to be on the right path and they have their children before them and they forget about everything else. All they want to do is play with their kids and spoil their kids. And they forget about all the other obligations in this life, about serving Allah, giving charity in His sake, about giving time for our communities, giving time to the oppressed and the poor and the needy. And thus our children become more beloved to us than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Or perhaps our fathers or our wives or our husbands tell us something that goes against Allah. They might say, I want you to buy a fancy car, and we know you don't have the money. It's okay, do it on interest. Everyone buys things on interest. Here you have to choose. Am I going to do that which is beloved to my family or beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And then we think about our business. Allah tells us to watch out for money. People are often very cautious with their money more than anything else in life. And when you fear the loss of money, you might do things that you might not have done otherwise. When you might think about a business transaction, that I could lose money in this, so you might want to cheat. You might want to cut corners. Why? Because you fear the money going down. And Allah is telling us, don't do that. At that moment, remember pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't sell your deen out for anything. It is not worth $1. It is not worth $1,000. It is not worth $1 million. Because remember, this dunya is not worth as much as that drop of water takes out from this ocean. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to remind us about the beauty of the akhirah and the beauty of serving Allah and His Messenger, and that He protects us from ever losing sight of that by doing that which is just for the sake of this lowly dunya. أقول قولي هذا وجزاكم الله خير والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.